I'm recording for YouTube and live on this. But I wanna make this point because it's a lot of hostilities going on. It's a lot of everything going on. Really, it's too much going on. Let me cut the car off. But y'all follow this page. Y'all know I love to talk my dogs, and I like to back up facts with dogs. With all the family stuff going on, I've been behind the last month and a half, so I haven't posted nearly as much as I usually do. But it's all love, And some of you will be like, "Oh, what the hell is he talking about?" But so many people jumping in my inbox, some good, some bad, or whatever, talking about this thing. As far as True Tank goes, I tell y'all this: if you search my page, I gave Sean and his whole True Tank family a lot of love. And this is not just about True Tank, but it's in general. I've always given people credit for what they do in the bully world, and I've always been very strong in my opinion on what I don't like in this bully world. I'm not going to let anybody, bully me. And it sounds funny for me to even say somebody's trying to bully me, but I'm not going to let people bully me. I'm not going to let people try to dictate how I talk, how I move. Everybody, I've always done me. And I don't go to other people's pages and talk shit. I stay on my own pages. I do what I do. And I don't consider it talking shit when I give y'all information about Dax, when I give you information about all of the dogs that are dying. I had a couple of things right now where I could show y'all that it was puppies dying off of the said blood. I don't talk shit. I'm proving a point when I tell y'all, go look up the history of Dax blood and see the average age of these dogs dying. Somebody actually did a thing, and I used to say 5 years, and somebody actually took, I think it was 200 plus of his offspring, just randomly took the ones that they could find and averaged out their time of death, and it was 4 years. And it was all of what I was saying, is that the heart murmurs and the other issues. So I don't ever want anybody to come on here, and I'm being serious as I possibly can, and think I want to try to talk shit. If y'all notice, I keep it about dogs. Now, the situation that happened with this True Tank situation is just, it is what it is. I don't care what anybody has to say. You know what I mean? You guys saw firsthand how, whether it was the guy from Carter Bulls, or whether it was the Mark and Madeline or whatever his page name is, B, whatever, they all came over here and they talked shit. And I don't have any doubt in my mind that Sean sent them to talk shit. Because for one, at least 3 of those individuals I had a very cool relationship with. They inboxed me, asked me about dogs or whatever. One of the individuals has a son off of my dog. I helped promote his dog. It was all love. Then all of a sudden, a little over a week ago, everybody came here to start trying to do these attacks, this shit talking, whatever the case may be. And to me, that was weird. But the part that I didn't like, and this is where I said I sort of drew the line at, is, if you want to talk about what I talk about with dogs, that's cool. You know what I mean? Let's talk about dogs. When you have the dude from Carter's Bulls, who I literally was not even in his discussion, he was going back and forth with a friend of mine, Tony Horton. It had nothing to do with me. And he starts bringing up his guns and, and what his guns would do to me. Now you being a sucker, man. I talk about dogs. I don't try to be a gangster. You know what I mean? Those days are gone. I try to keep it about dogs. You know what I mean? When you have, individuals like Mark, who's always been cool, but all of a sudden he wants to come over, he wants to talk shit, he wants to take shots, and it's because another man got a battery in your back. To me, you a stone cold sucker. You want to get personal. You want to now attack. Dog, it ain't gonna matter if nobody likes the dogs that I have. It never matters if you don't like Denzel, if you don't like Mandela, if you don't like Tommy now, if you don't like Odell, if you don't like any of the shit that I've bred, even going back 25 years, it doesn't matter. Breed healthy dogs, breed to the standard. That's all I've been talking about. But what I'm addressing, and I'm being long-winded here, is the simple fact of, I really don't appreciate, and I'm being real with y'all, and I'm being straight up, and y'all won't hear me even address this. If they come back over here with any nonsense, it just is what it is. But I guess Sean reached out to some of these people, and they starting to play that victim shit. First of all, I said nothing about y'all. I don't want to hear that. Oh, you know, and then they tried to flip the switch. That is, oh, we shouldn't be on no negativity. It's all positivity. Bullshit, niggas. And I said what I said. Bullshit. You motherfuckers came over here. I never used to talk about y'all. Even I would ignore some of the stuff that y'all did. Y'all came over here trying to start some shit. And that's why shit got hot. I'm not backing up. I ain't worried about none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? If it did go there, I wouldn't be worried about none of y'all. Period. And I emphasize that. Period. You know what I mean? But I be try to keep it a certain way. But it's a thing that these grown men and women do nowadays, to where they like to start trouble, then they play the victim, then they scream out words of positivity. Sean, was it positive when your man was talking about what his guns would do to my muscles, even though me and him wasn't even in a debate or argument or conflict or nothing? Was that positive, my nigga? And y'all excuse my language, but I'm sort of fed up with these dumbass dudes. Was it positive when you was talking shit about behind my back, Sean, and you think I didn't know about it? Was it positive when you put on your show on the board talking about you hooked up, you know, the silly ass dude who was claiming that that I got over on him, when I had already showed that he was scamming and that he could have had his semen sent out, but his woman told him to get the money back. So y'all put on y'all whole show on the board and you act like, oh yeah, I looked out for T and this, that, and the other. No, if you're going to do something that was supposedly solid for somebody, you do it behind closed doors and you make sure that, you know what I mean, that everything is on the up and up. No, you tried to use me to put on the show. I didn't do nothing. I proved that to the whole world. I showed the messages. Meanwhile, you kicking it with him and you pulled a brother card. Another thing that a lot of y'all do all the time, especially you darkies like myself. Brother this, brother that, brother this, brother that. Nah, ain't no brother. You sent these clowns over here to talk shit about me when I defended you. When the whole community wanted to excoriate you and get rid of you for your past dealings and all of the question marks behind True Tank. I was the one. That's on video. I was the one who came out and said that you was one of the best breeders ever. I was the one who spoke not good on your name. When Dave wanted to beat you down, I was the one. See, that's what brothers do. What you do is you play in a game. And the game is for you to get some kind of a gain. The game is for you to get some kind of gain by trying to step on a brother who actually had your back the whole way. Never spoke a bad word on you. People on this page, on all these pages, they will tell you I always spoke good on your name. I said, me and you can just agree to disagree when it comes to you using them bulldogs or whatever else you was doing and trying to do this, but I spoke good on your name. Meanwhile, you over there with that same punk ass little frail neck ass dude who, on a day when I was burying not my real mother, but her best friend and my godmother, you know what I'm saying, decided to say, fuck my godmom. Meanwhile, on your same page, while y'all still over there trying to slander me and talk shit, this motherfucker's making silly comments about my mother who's dead and gone. But you talk this brother shit. You ain't no brother. You with your behind the scene comments, and Bobo hit me to him and several other people. Bobo said put his name on it because he was the first one to call you out when I praised you for being a cool brother or whatever not too long ago. They told me you been on some weird shit. Then you calling my other dude and, oh yeah, he scammed this. I ain't scammed shit. And I proved that to the whole internet. I told y'all. Right now, I think it's 5 males that's available through my camp. Anybody claim that they owe some money, spend the rest of your money. Get you a dog. What was it? The Robert Essex or whatever the fuck his name was. That clown. He told y'all, oh, I sent 2,000. I owed him another 3,000, but somebody told me I wasn't going to get my dog. I just dropped off 5 dogs. I dropped off a dog, you know what I'm saying, to a good brother in North Carolina. Dropped off 2 dogs in Jersey. Just dropped off another dog in Michigan. See what I mean? But y'all like to try to lie on me because it takes away from what I'm talking about. Healthy dogs. You call somebody and you say, oh, no, I ain't using no exotics. You erased the post. I still have the dogs that you have on there. Those are exotics. If the dog has exotics behind it, it's an exotic. The reason why American bullies are not supposed to ever use an exotic is because the exotic community openly admits that they use French bulldogs. They have used pugs. They have used Boston Terriers. This is the only way that you get your dogs down to 8, 9, and 10 inches and call them micros and this and that and the other. That's in the dogs that you were proposing was great and true American bullies. That's why I spoke on it. Not on no personal shit. Not on no let me make Sean look bad. No, it was real shit. And I will post the dogs that you put up that was behind that dog that looked like an American bully. I'm tired of people using my name to try to clear their bullshit and their bad habits, and their bad breeding habits. Like I said, I exposed the whole world who wanted to tell those lies about scam this, scam that. Just spend the rest of your money. Tell the truth. And that goes for you, Dr. Dustin Hawkins, or whatever the fuck you call your punk ass self on here. Another one of these dudes. I'm just gonna go through the list. Another one of these dudes. In my inbox, oh, it's all love, it's all love, it's all love. He spun me for 2 weeks. All he sent was $500 on the deposit. He owed me $4,500. His girlfriend was supposed to be sending him money. He's got a serious stomach issue. Now all of a sudden, his ex-girlfriend put a case on him. She put the feds on him. They looking for him. So now he got a bad stomach. And all of this about $4,500. Meanwhile, the girlfriend is supposed to be sending it this, that, and the other. Then he comes back 3-4 weeks later. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie on the man. He comes back about 3 weeks later. It was over the 2 weeks. Let's just put it that. And writes me a long message apologizing. I know you got to keep my $500. And this and that and the other. I'm sorry about this. We're going to have to find that other puppy at night. It was very nice a thing. Well, tell me why this was back in September, and he's been cool with me the whole way, but I guess because Sean and them is going at it. He sends me a message the other morning and calls me the biggest scammer in the world. I know what you about, and I'm from the streets, and I see this. You better send me my $500 back. Bitch, I told you. It's non-refundable, like every other dog deposit in there. Either pay your other $4,500 to shut the fuck up. If you stop ordering things that you can't afford. Then this individual, and I'm just telling y'all these things because y'all need to know the people that y'all get behind on rumors and nonsense. So this individual also turns around and says he's got the biggest law firm in North Carolina that's coming down on me about this $500 deposit that I have a contract on and his messages that he was canceling. Meanwhile, who the fuck would hire the biggest law firm in a state, and what biggest law firm in a state would take a lawsuit for $500? These are the people I deal with. The backstabbers, the liars, the this, that, and the other. But back on Sean from True Tank and the rest of his flunkies over there. Like I said, it's on record. I never said anything bad about y'all. I talked about Brim. I talked about Grim. I talked about Dax. I've talked about all of the bad dogs in this community that have screwed up our community with their bad genetics, their early death rate, their breathing issues, their hip issues. This is what I talk about. If that offends you, you're offended by what you're doing, not by what I'm saying. Stop trying to come at me. Stop trying to make me an example as you try to tear down my character and you try to tear down my ethics and everything else. And if you want to talk dogs, explain to the world why you decided to use these dogs. It's just that simple. It goes with the same thing where he used to be with Duval Bullies, and the other one is Duval Bullies. Joel and Tone, they still making videos and they still talking about me. They're literally still talking about Denzel Seaman after Denzel produced over 600 dogs, the highest rate of champions in breed history, lived to be 15 years. Literally after lied and said I didn't produce the dog after the great Marco Suarez comes on and say, come on, dog, he produced the dog. This is what I deal with. And all of this is because a dog that I praised forever, which came from their thing and was line bred my blood, I come to find out that the dog has an elongated palate. It's not that I dislike Joel. I never knew Joel. I didn't know who he was. He could have walked right by me. I would have never known who he was. But I speak on the facts. You don't breed a dog that has an elongated palate, which causes serious breathing issues, which will cause the dog to die prematurely. You don't recommend, just keep breeding the dogs and do a surgery. That is irresponsible as a breeder. But because I made those statements, this individual puts on a damn karate suit, 50-plus-year-old man putting on a karate suit, threatening to break people's arms and talking about he'll have somebody come see me. He know where I live at. He know all this because I talked about don't breed the dog if he's got an elongated palate. Every veterinarian in America tells you that. But you're that upset that you want to threaten violence and this and that. And obviously he didn't know me and didn't know that I do participate in jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts myself. And I'm not the smallest guy. So after that, he didn't want physicality no more. It just was a slander campaign forever. And the thing of it is that it gets old. I don't care about anything that y'all have to say. I show up at y'all events, y'all will call the police. I blow down on y'all will call the police. Y'all don't really want what y'all saying that y'all want. What y'all do is y'all try to change the narrative and y'all try to play victim after y'all have insulted every which way and never have addressed the question of why would you breed an unhealthy dog? Why would you breed a bulldog into a breed that's not supposed to have bulldogs? Why would you lie about DNA testing? Why would you do all of these things that are corrupting our breed and making this breed weaker? Stop attacking me and trying to make it personal, because I'm past that. I already understand. It's been too many times now in these few years, and I'm sorry I can't see y'all messages on Facebook, but I don't know what's going on with this thing. I tried to reset it. But, I'm sorry about all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not. But this is Basic Dog 101, and we can't forget Ron Ramos. I guess, you're never too old to be silly either. Ron Ramos, I gave Ron Ramos as being credit in one of the OGs, Papa Pitt, in this breed. You know what I mean? He's talking about, I hurt his feelings from the way I attacked him. Ron, no one attacked you. I give you credit for what you are, but at the same time, with great power, you know what I mean, comes great responsibility. You being one of the senior members of this community and understanding and knowing for a fact that the dogs that Bashar are making up there have serious health issues. We have seen them in the show ring getting rubbed down with ice. We've seen them actually collapsing. We've seen them with early death themselves, heart murmurs and other issues. For you to be a senior member of this community and someone that people looks up to and respects, and you to tell people that it is okay to breed these dogs and start breeding them yourself with no other real reason to breed that shit besides it sells for a good price, yes, I will question what you're doing. It doesn't change my opinion on you as an overall dog man and all you've done for this community, but no one has to kiss you guys' asses and not say anything about what y'all doing. Because at the same time, one would ask the question is, why aren't you OG dog men who have consistently talked about how great y'all are? Why don't I ever see y'all doing symposiums or videos to talk about health and how our breed is being destroyed? Because y'all don't care. Why have I not heard y'all voice be just as loud as mine about the bad things that we're seeing in our breed and as it's deformed and as it goes through the issues and the changes? Why are y'all not rock? Because y'all don't care. But y'all are very, very loud when someone points out that y'all are breeding the very bullshit that quote unquote sells for a lot but is destroying our breed. The same things that y'all used to say, and I'm talking about some of you that were 20 years ago. Sean, if we pulled up anything from 20 years ago, you weren't saying that it was okay to breed an English bulldog into your shit. You weren't saying that this was an all bulldog breed. You weren't saying any of these things. You were on the same shit that Dave Wilson was, pit bull on steroids. We line breeding these dogs and making sure that we pulling the best traits out of them to make this. So are you lying now or were you lying then? Because I don't care if it was then or now, you're a fucking liar. If you look at my resume from the top to the bottom, from the day one that I came into this breed and from the day one that I got to be very well known in this breed, which is now extends over 20 years, I have always said the same thing. Healthy dogs matter. Doing this thing the right way matters. DNA testing matters. All the lies need to stop. We need to push forward to a great breed standard. I have not changed what I'm saying. And if you people think that y'all attacking me, y'all want to talk about my dead mama, y'all want to talk about my dead stepmama, y'all want to talk about, I got guns for this. If y'all think that any of that is going to change my opinion, you're wrong. You're wrong. I rarely talk like I used to talk. I don't get angry. I don't go off like I say. Even now, I'm just tired of the messages coming into my inbox. I'm enjoying time, meeting my granddaughter and getting to hug that beautiful little thing. Good Lord. But at the end of the day, some of y'all needed to suck it the fuck up. I'm never going to change what I'm saying. And the reason why I'm never going to change what I'm saying is because it is absolutely 120% correct. If you are breeding dogs that you know to be unhealthy, if you are breeding a pedigree that you know is a lie, and you're continuing to do this, you are helping destroy a breed that is pretty much trying to get on its feet and get established. It's that simple. And once again, I'm sorry to everybody, it's not popping up messages. Guess it's a Facebook thing, but I'm not going to change. So all of the silliness and the nonsense, and then to go to your page playing victim, we positive over here. No, True Tank Board, you're not positive. You came over here, you started this shit. Sean, if you ain't think I done heard about you with the talking behind my back, talking about, and I heard he scammed these people, and I heard this and I heard that. Don't talk to me about brotherhood when you acting like a clown behind my back, because brotherhood is staying solid all the time, not some of the time. It's just that simple. When your boys came over here and was talking shit about me, you know what I mean? You didn't say nothing to these clowns. You didn't stop them like, man, leave my dude alone, man. He got his message. Because I still showed y'all respect, and I said, you know what? I just don't like those dogs. You don't own Brim. You don't own Grim. You don't own Dax. You don't own Rocco, you know what I'm saying? You don't own Shamrock, all of the dogs that you have tried to use for your own promotion to say that you're creating some kind of master breed. No, I speak the truth. None of us are so good breeders that we can take pedigrees loaded with genetic flaws and pull just the good out of them and leave behind the bad. That is a fucking fiction, and I don't care who you are. That is somebody, to me, if you are pulling the OG card and telling young breeders and even some of the old breeders with young minds that are willing to follow you that you have the ability to strictly just pull out the good genetics of any pedigree, you are lying and you're scamming. It's that simple. When I did see you put up that dog, and once again you made your long speech, Sean, and you the one that wanted me to talk like this. I've always defended you, but when you come for me, please understand you coming for somebody who would tear your ass up on this screen as far as giving facts about dogs. Because this is what I do. I don't lie about dogs. I will take the L in my own yard and get rid of a dog before I sit out here and try to lie about it to convince the community that my mistakes are a great thing. No. But the truth of the matter is that when I seen that pedigree and it had multiple, I'm talking about multiple exotic dogs behind it, and you know what dog I'm talking about. Look at him, he's so great and he's put together. Yes, I spoke on it, because even if the dog looks like an American bully, but it has a million exotics behind the dog, that dog's genetically is flawed. It brings every flaw from the it brings every flaw and DNA code from the dogs that are behind it. Considering that those are exotic dogs, it is bringing in the genetic flaws from probably the Frenchie, of course. It is bringing it in from the Boston Terrier. It is bringing it in from the Pug. It is bringing it in from the miniature Bulldog and the multitude of dogs that they like to mix into it. It is not an American bully. Just because it looks like an American bully, it is not an American bully. It is not guaranteed, and it's far from guaranteed that that dog will produce an American bully. A lot of the issues that come along with his lineage and his genetics will be pushed into the American bully breed, as you being one of the original big pit bull on steroids. I won't say American bully guy because you weren't around pushing that, but one of the original OGs for the Razor's Edge blood and all of that, which you definitely deserve to be acknowledged as a great breeder. For you to be out here lying to these people, and obviously, and you know some of our conversations, like when you praise Cruz about money, when you call up other people talking about we need to be getting some of this money, when you talk about money, I know where that lies at. I know where it's coming from. The only reason why people talk heavy about Rocco, because Khan makes a lot of money off of them. Brim and Grim, they're money makers. Shamrock, a money maker. Dax, a money maker. You're not picking out random dogs who have no reputation and this and that and the other and calling them the greatest dogs in the breed and ignoring their flaws and ignoring their issues, ignoring their extremely high death rate. You're picking out dogs who have had a reputation in camps that have a reputation for making large amounts of money off of those dogs, regardless of how they're bred or their health. So I point that out. Your problem is not with me. Your problem is with the facts, because all I have done is spoke the facts. The fact of Sean, you being a great breeder, True Tank being a legendary kennel in the pit bull with steroid game, that is a fact. What you're doing now, the things that you're pushing, the way that you're acting, the little slick shit that y'all try to pull, this playing victim after y'all tried to start a little battle, all of the talking back and forth and all that shit, I didn't start that. I didn't go on somebody's thing and tag them and talk about I got bullets for all those muscles and I ain't scared of him when they're saying nothing to me. I wasn't the one to do that. I wasn't the ones who start posting pictures and talking shit down on y'all dogs. I talked about dogs that other men owned that you were dick riding, and y'all took more offense than those men. Khan has not sent me no messages. What's his name? Ashton, hasn't sent me no messages. None of them other dogs owners have sent me a message, have come to my page to talk shit. That's you and your crew pushing stuff and then making those little posts where you're obviously talking about me, but you don't say my name. I'm just a different breed. I put a name on it. Garbage is garbage. We can have a different of opinions, but I will always say a dog that can't breathe, a dog that can't move, a dog that's genetically programmed to come from dogs that can't breathe, can't move, and die short and sometimes agonizing deaths, like dying, choking on their own vomit in the bed with little kids and shit, as it was supposed to be a family member. Yes, I'm going to speak on that because that's the right thing to do in this community, to forewarn those who actually love the dogs and aren't trying to make a quick profit that there is something wrong with those dogs. The American bully has died a horrible death at the hands of you people being greedy. The American bully has died a horrible death. There was nothing wrong, and I stick by this. Sean, you created Paco. There was nothing wrong with Paco. That's who the standard was made after. Remy, another great dog. Pokemon, a great dog. All the way up to now, Mufasa, a great dog. The bear, great looking dog. You know, there's plenty of great examples of true American bullies, tight face, great dogs that we could have pushed behind. Instead, you guys choose to pick the ones that are dying early. And let's stop jacking off. Let's not do this whole masturbation thing. Y'all can obviously see that Brim, Grim, and all these other dogs are a different breed and mixed with something. That is not selective breeding. We know for a fact it is the reason why the DNA testing is always turned down and no one wants to profile these dogs or find out what's actually in them, because they're mixing in nonsense with these dogs. If they want to have something else, don't shit on the people and you wonder why you've seen some of these OGs. I won't name them off, but y'all been seeing them come on my page who's fed up and tired of it, because we went out, we put up the work, we spent our money, we kept it real, we DNA tested, we did everything to make the American bully name the best that we could make it, and certain individuals have decided that the money and their own clout was more important. And with that being said, let me see, I gotta cool this phone off, but I'm gonna keep this one going. But you know, it just is what it is, and we'll go with it. I think nobody reported that one. I think that obviously this one obviously fell victim to just being too hot, you know. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. The live went out over there. Y'all got the point that I'm trying to make. I'll be back on live here again very, very shortly, and hopefully we can get this breed back on target. But I don't think we will, man. I mean, we will, but I don't think it will be with those people. But until next time, y'all, much love. God bless y'all. Peace.